Hello everyone, just signing in today to fill you in a little bit on what's going on in our life. Um, yeah, we've had an amazing couple months. It doesn't seem that long ago when we left. So I guess we left Ontario, or Southern Ontario should I say, the middle of July. About July 22 I believe is when we left our home that we sold. And then we had been at our friend Irvin and Ruth Weber in Ottawa for 3 weeks, I believe it was. Boy, that time went fast there. We had a lot of things that happened there, different events that we took part in, and ministry and things like that, and just even with us and them developing a relationship. The kids had lots of fun, and then we left for Quebec. Stayed in Quebec for maybe it was about a week, I'm going to say. Did some sightseeing there. And then we moved on over through New Brunswick. And so kind of what we started doing is trying to not just spend all our time on campgrounds. We wanted to get, connections with people and save some money. And so we found a few websites, apps, things like that, where you can actually find places to stay, where people with RVs can go. And so we've been a few of those places on our journeys, and that seemed to be just really encouraging for us, and a lot of good, amazing, wholesome friendships have been made that we can, like, they're long term, some of them for sure. Um, when we came to PEI, so after we were in New Brunswick for probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then we left for PEI. We had a couple that we made reservations with to camp on their property through this certain website app thing. And so we arrived there, an older couple that they also go south for the winter, so they had a wealth of information for people like us who are in RVs. But what really happened there that I feel was a God thing was one evening as we were around the campfire, the man of the house, he asked if I wouldn't mind just taking a little walk with him, and he said, why don't we just go and look at the stars? He really loves galaxies, he really loves all that kind of stuff, and show me all the different constellations. And so we left for a little walk out into the clear dark night, and he started just really opening up to me. Him and his wife are not necessarily practicing Christians, if you want to say that. They've been hurt in their past, in their growing up years, so they've been really leery about Christianity. And he just thanked me. He just said, boy, he's so thankful with how when we came, we just showed them love and grace, and it actually gave them kind of a glimmer of hope that maybe Christianity can be something different. So we could just share a little bit there, and had a great time, great memories and friendships made there. And then after that, when we were leaving there, we had reservations at another place, and then we got canceled because of the weather, some flooding and lots of rain, and it was just the place that we were planning to go, they said it's just way too wet, we can't set up there. So then I was getting a little anxious. I didn't know, okay, where are we going to go? Because they canceled us. And then through a really interesting connection that we made with a homeschool family, we ended up staying. They invited us to come to their place, and they said, why don't you just set up camp at our house for a while? And it was amazing how we got there. And in the meantime, on a side note, I have a first cousin who lives on PEI, and I have not been in contact with him at all since he left Ontario, which is maybe 5 years ago. He was also in the horse and buggy community in Ontario, and then when he moved out into PEI, he since has now left the old order community, and I have not had any contact with him. I really wanted to somehow maybe make some contact, find him, and it was just amazing how we came to this homeschool family. We never met before, didn't know from anybody, and we set up at their place, and it ends up that they actually have a home church group, and my cousin is part of their home church. So they totally could give us all the contacts, and they knew where he lives and everything, and it was amazing. So that was a God thing as well. We made friends with the homeschool family. We're very encouraged, and I also had a really great connection with my first cousin. Now we're back in Nova Scotia, and we're just moving forward again. See, maybe another week or two here, and see what God has for us now yet. So yeah, that kind of just gives you a little summary of what's happened. And in Nova Scotia, right now we're on a campground pretty close to Cape Breton Island, and we're touring the island and having a lot of amazing scenery to visit here. So I want to just close now with maybe a little thought that I had with all of this that I've been learning. I would say the biggest thing I've learned maybe in the last little bit has been to see what God's doing in the moment. Not always be so worried about the next thing, tomorrow, all worried about tomorrow and the next thing, but to actually be present in the moment. What's God doing in the moment? You know, in Matthew 6, I believe it is, where it talks about don't worry about what you must eat or what you wear and all the worries about tomorrow. And it says, sufficient is the evil of today. And then it also says, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. So I just encourage you with that, and hopefully we will see you again someday, maybe even in person. We'll just keep on day by day, and encourage you as well to keep on keeping on, and to trust God with today. Be present in today. Everybody, love ya, prayers, and be blessed.